guys. Welcome back to Two Girls, One Bong.
The podcast that may or may not give you indigestion. My name is Mac Dizzle.
I'm Joya.
Let's dive on in.
Let's dive on in. Not indigestion.
You never know what you're going to get here.
Upset stomach, diarrhea.
One thing we don't need to do is talk about diarrhea on this podcast.
In the first 30 seconds, too. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Diarrhea.
Welcome to Two Girls, One Diarrhea. Oh my god, that was the original Two Girls, One Cup.
No, those were solid poops.
They were
right?
not. They were not solid.
It was like they were like a good healthy texture.
It was like baby shit.
No,
Yeah,
not
we
the one
watched
that
this
I saw.
together. We watched this together.
No, they were like, well, you know what? And to be fair, to be totally honest, I hardly even remember that.
I remember
like
vividly.
I remember my first original viewing of it a very long time ago, better than I remember the one that we did together just a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think my brain was just really like, no.
No, that sits in my brain rent free.
Anyway, yeah, okay. When we
think about it. If you're pooping in a cup, it has to be a certain consistency.
Yes, I would agree.
Now let's move on.
Because otherwise, you could. Well, I was just gonna say that when we filmed that, Mac Dizzle was doing the editing, and so, oh, it's cute. Oh, wait, is it clean?
Yeah.
Look at her. Oh my god.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say how I wanted you to screen record it, so that you could put it in the video. And Mackenzie was like, "Are you fucking insane?
You want me to rewatch this and edit it? You want me to edit the full Two Girls, One Cup video to the point where I'm like clicking it by second by second? You do that, Joya. Yeah, you do it.
Drag it all the way out on iMovie where you like have to see every freaking 0.0.
Every frame.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
Every frame of it.
So funny.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm super excited about your clean bong. Love that for you.
You can tell I'm a grimy, dirty bitch when my friends notice that my bong is clean. Even Rush Jewel noticed. I was like, "Do you notice anything different?" And he was like, "Oh, it's really clean." And I was like, "What? How did you know?"
Yeah, he doesn't use it.
He
never
doesn't
freaking
smoke. He doesn't understand that they get dirty.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So
like, I brought my rig today.
Ooh,
so
I have a rig. Oh, I didn't bring my Ice Fire. You have your Ice Fire, don't you?
I have my Ice Fire.
We love Ice Fire. I did a YouTube video, and somebody left a comment on it, and it was for Ice Fire. It was with the Drunk Gnocchi video that I did with Rachel.
Yeah.
And somebody left a comment, and they're like, "No offense, I just would never buy anything that you recommend." And I was just,
oh my god!
I was like, why are you here?
What a mean thing to say.
It didn't even hurt my feelings though. Like that's the thing. Like, okay, don't buy the things I recommend. The fuck.
I mean, it was yeah. What are you doing here?
Why did you feel the need to announce that?
Yes.
It's like people are like, I'm unfollowing. Just leave.
Don't care.
It's not a fucking airport. Don't announce the departure. Just go.
Period.
Just
get the fuck out.
Go.
That's really funny. No offense, I would never buy anything that you recommend.
And I'm like, good. Don't take somebody who has 10 plus years experience literally working with brands to know what's good, who has shoddy product or not. Why would you do that?
Right.
Why would you listen to somebody like that?
That's so funny. Isn't it fun to think about how many freaking cool products that we've seen over the years? Mm-hmm. Like, I remember when the very first portable e-rigs that we shot with. I think they were Dr. Dabber, I want to say.
Yep. Those were
they didn't even stand up.
And then
they didn't even stand up straight.
Do you remember Source vapes?
Yes.
The worst vapes in history, but they
Memory
had payroll.
Unlocked.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like one of the first brands paying for product placement.
And they would
reviews.
Just incinerate. There was these coil, what were they called?
Atomizer?
It was a coil atomizer, and it just had this fucking titanium coil that would just get red hot and incinerate your wax.
That
or
is
it didn't
like
work.
what'd you say? Or it didn't work?
Yeah. Either it incinerated the fuck out of it or it didn't work at all.
Or it broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me of, remember, it was like when I was in high school, or probably around the time both of us were in high school, there was those vape pens that you took the dome off of. You put the wax in on the little coil inside, and then you put the dome back on top, and there's a mouthpiece on top, and then you...
That was Source Vapes did the same thing.
I remember those being G pens. I remember when, like, that long ago, G pen had some of the first... Yeah. And I remember that vapes in general being called G pens because that was what everybody knew it as. That was the brand. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you have a G pen, but it would be like literally like a totally different brand.
You just random fuck.
G pen was just like another word for weed pen.
The household name at the time. Yeah. But yeah, it's so funny.
It's like
Are
chapstick.
You going in for a rip?
Yeah, but it's like
just
also
like chapstick.
Yeah, you know.
Or Band-Aid.
Band-Aid's racist.
They are racist.
I mean, you know what's
like,
crazy?
How did it take you?
I knew that from like the age of like 12 or something. I remember being like, why don't they have these in brown colors? Like I remember thinking that. I
have a very distinct memory of being in a group message with, it was in high school, so a little bit after you. And one of the girls that was in the group message was like, why do we call it nude if it's nude on white colored skin? Why wouldn't it be because when you look at, we were talking about like bras and shoes and underwear, like stuff like that. So yeah, what the fuck, Band-Aid? We were all onto you a very fucking long time ago. You're stupid.
You can't trick me with your fun Spider-Man patterns. Okay.
Yeah.
Although those
you're not inclusive.
If you buy Band-Aids and you're not buying like the fun, like princess ones or something, like just don't get injured. What's the point?
Just don't get injured. Ooh, my rig just beeped. Do you want to take a rip?
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm waiting for you until you get like... Mine was pretty dang small. Whoa, she's crazy. Dude, the Illadelph rips off of a clean... fucking fresh Illadelph are life-changing.
Yeah, I bought some 420 cleaner or whatever, 420 formula to keep that clean. I've been cleaning it like at least once a week.
Yeah, once a week is perfect because it never gets too clean, but it's not like you're doing it every day and like wasting product.
Yeah, so I've gone through like a bottle and I've washed it like 3-4 times. But I also...
Dang, you went through a bottle already with just 3 or 4 washes?
Well, first like that's like kind of... to get enough of it to slosh around, you need to have a fair amount at the bottom because it's such a wide-based bong. But also, I reuse it for the bowl piece and the downstem. Nice. I pour it into a bag and then I just use the same thing. So it gets its use at least.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I've been... I mean, I've just been using like alcohol and... I have that really gnarly, the Celtic sea salt, so it's like super fucking thick.
Now that I have this clean, I can probably just use alcohol now because I needed
before, but it would have been a few.
I needed the 420 formula for the first wash. It was like years of not touching. It was like a full year. Because I remember I got it really dirty. I got it really dirty, and then instead of cleaning it, I just started using a different bong, and it sat there in the corner for months and months and months and months and months. So
I see. So it's not like you were. Yeah, there was like some stationary. It was already bad, and then it just
dried, caked on horrendousness.
Yeah, but yeah, now that you have it clean, dude. The alcohol freaking, and that's so cheap,
bro. It's really cheap.
It's like $1 for a big ass bottle. It's like freaking so cheap.
Yeah.
So, well, good. What else?
I did shrooms yesterday.
How was it?
It's like a tiny bit. I did like literally 0.35.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was
like
good.
One little square of a chocolate bar.
Yeah. And it was good. Nice. It was good. I was with Sydney.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were at the San Pedro cliff that I go to for picnics.
You didn't fall off? Yeah.
Didn't fall. We saw like a gopher or like a groundhog or something, and I threw like 100 cashews at it so that it could have some dinner. It was
that's nice of
it was
you.
like going in and out of the hole. It was the cutest thing.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it was very cute.
That's really sweet. Well, yeah, I'm so excited for you that you did that. If you guys don't know, Mac Dizzle has had kind of a hard time with shrooms traditionally.
Yeah.
She's just had some emotional moments on shrooms that made her not want to.
It's just not a fun
into it.
thing for me. But yesterday was more fun than anything else. So that's good.
And I love those chocolate bars for that reason. The dosing, like
you can really do a micro dose.
Yes. And they taste good. They don't taste like absolute fucking
true
ball sack.
That is fact.
Disgusting butthole combined with feet, combined with
Why
armpit,
would you ever say that?
combined with belly button lint. That's what shrooms taste like to me.
Keep in mind, she has tasted all of these things before,
and
specifically
at the same time,
specifically belly button lint. She's a gross. You're disgusting. You're disgusting, Joya.
Oh, but yeah. Wow, that's really fun. Yay. Good for you.
Yes. Big things happening in my life.
Did you see my Instagram post today?
I literally was just reading it while you were doing your troubleshooting. So I was about to ask you about that.
Yeah. So I went to the dermatologist like last month or maybe a couple months ago. And he was like, I just kind of reintroduced the idea of like doing something about my face.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, well, let's make an appointment for a couple months from now. And then we can check in and see what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I went yesterday and I was like, I'm ready.
I've had enough.
I have had enough. I'm fucking over it. And it's funny because I look at myself in this. I put like a little bit of makeup on, but it's so funny because I look at my skin and I'm like, oh, that looks good.
No, that's what I was going to say. Like, your skin looks really good today.
I have I'm coming off of my period. The week after my period is like, holy grail of skin. They always like look so good after. But I did put a little bit of makeup on also. But yeah, I just never wanted to do that shit because it's so fucking gnarly. Do you know anybody who's done Accutane?
I don't.
It's like literally like, in addition to like the mental health issues, which they say it doesn't give you anxiety or depression, but if you have it, it can make it worse.
Oh yeah.
So people that have like a history of either anxiety or depression are more
not a good
to...
candidate for Accutane, probably. Then.
Exactly. But they don't say you're not a good candidate. They would just say that you need closer monitoring.
Okay.
And that you would need to talk to a psychiatrist just to make sure that everything is like okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just reading, somebody was messaging me and was like, a long time ago, decades ago, a senator's son was on it and he unfortunately committed suicide while on the medication. And so ever since then, there's been this association with like suicide and severe depression. And so, and like, yeah, everybody that's a big reason why I didn't want to take it even though I don't have, a history of depression or diagnosed anything. I definitely would say I have a history of anxiety, but I don't have anything diagnosed. And so even though I don't have that history per se, I was always just scared to freaking do it. And it affects your brain, but it also affects your fucking body. It basically drains your body of all the oils in your skin.
So that's affects your hair and everything then.
Everything is dry as fuck. Like, especially your face, but your whole body. If you aren't like moisturizing constantly, it's like your skin will start fucking cracking. It's so gnarly.
How long? Like, what is the process for Accutane? Like, is it like a pill or a shot?
It's a pill. It's a daily pill, but the doctor was like, you have to take it with a fatty meal, which I don't even necessarily know what that means.
Fatty, like high in fat, like a piece of bacon, right. Or so like
cheese.
But like I would say it's some type of meat. Some kind of like a beef or something. Beef is pretty high in
sausage in the morning.
Yeah, there you go. Like sausage, pancake, like just like a good hearty cheese and eggs,
butter,
yeah, all that is. Those are all fat.
That makes sense. Because I was like, when you tell me fatty, I think of like, okay, cool, chicken strips for breakfast every day. But I just
no, chicken is actually pretty low in fat. The only fat that you'd really be getting would be from the breading
oil that is fried
oil,
yeah.
So beef is a
so
good
no chicken
source
strips for
of
breakfast.
beef is a good source of fat. They have a lot of fat in burgers and just things like that. So sausage is a great
Yeah,
place
for sure.
to go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's a daily pill. You have to, it's 6 months minimum. So 6 months is the one round is what they call
Okay.
it. And so you'll usually, to my understanding, by about month 3
If it's gonna work.
it's like really working and if you might have to do more. I don't think that my skin is, I am hoping to the Lord Jesus Christ himself that I don't have to do more than that, but I'm pretty sure that because my acne is not as severe as some people, I think I'm going to be okay with the 1 round because, there's people that I was looking on Reddit. Oh my God, there is it breaks my heart knowing how much it's affected me in my life. It breaks my fucking heart to see some of these people, teenagers and young adults, and even some people in their 30s with such bad acne. And not only is it embarrassing and conventionally ugly by society standards, but it's also fucking painful.
Yeah, that's
people.
It's prone to infection. You have to keep your face so much
is infection.
than
It's exactly what
the
it
average
is.
person. You have to do so much more. And people make assumptions just drink some water or that's really the biggest problem is the assumptions I feel that people make. That's the thing that grosses me out the most about people is the assumptions they make based on what they see. I'm like, bro, you don't know anything. This girl drinks 10 gallons of water a day, fucking eats greens, has 11 face washes. Shut up.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard because I'm this is literally a genetic fucking condition. Every single one there's 7 kids total in my family. 6 of us got severe acne. And a couple of my brothers, it was severe. It was chest, back, face.
Wow, that's so hard.
So this is a fucking genetic that my bitch ass fucking sister didn't get, and I hate her for it. I'm like, fuck you. But all my brothers and myself, all of us got it. And so that's what I'm it's literally genetic. I know I can see in my family, my sister was the lucky one who it didn't pop up in. Everyone else fucking got it. So yeah. And I even had somebody comment on my post today that was like, oh, I wish I would have known. I would have sent you this scrub. And I'm like, girlfriend, you think I don't have a fucking scrub? You think your scrub is gonna be the fucking cure to my 15-year skin condition?
The audacity of some fucking people, bro.
Please. I just didn't say anything. I really wanted to be respectfully,
no scrub is going to fix this condition. All right, this is a chronic condition.
And also, there is a thing with scrubs and acne because scrubs are abrasive.
They're bad
and
for
so
your
if
skin.
you are if you're rubbing your fucking skin with beads,
you're just introducing something rough to open wounds and just do bad things.
Exactly. Open wounds create freaking
scars, so much shit, bro.
Yes. So, and I have a scrub that I use that is a very light, it's a powder that you add water to and it all dissolves. It's very soft. It's very so I do. And girl, I've been exfoliating for a very long time. I'm pretty sure that your scrub is not going to solve my freaking 1.5 decade problem. Okay. But, so I was going to get back into what the whole process entails. So the doctor explained to me that you have to get to a cumulative number of milligrams. I don't remember what the number is, but I'm starting off at 40 milligrams per day. And I think that
does it
number
build up in your system
gets
then?
me. Yes. So it's a cumulative amount of medicine that you have to hit basically in order for it to do its full job.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to be literally moisturizing all day. The doctor was like, keep Aquaphor or Vaseline, whatever you like. Keep that on you at all times and apply it to your lips and nose all day. Like the sides of the lips is where people see it, and around the edges of the nose just get, because those areas are just really dry in general. I think.
They're just easy to dry out. When they do get dried out, they crack.
Exactly.
You know, because those are like weird movement places.
They're like hinges, I want to say. Like, that's not the right word, but
yeah, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be freaking. And so you saw my skin when I stopped taking the medication that I'm on now, and it was like fucking horrible. I just
remember
scared.
You felt really, really poorly at that time.
Yeah. Well, and I've always had something on my face, so I think to my friends and family it wasn't as horribly traumatic as it was to me.
Yeah.
Because I've always had a little bit. Even recently I had it was like during a period, and I had both sides of my face were all broken out, and we were in the car, me and Adam, and I was like looking in the mirror, and I was like, ugh, like just like had a little moment like, my freaking face looks so bad. And Adam's like, what are you talking about? It looks great. And I think there was a little bit of like, encouragement there, but also I was kind of like, I don't think he notices when it's so much worse to me. You know what I mean?
I think I think he sees your gorgeous face the way he sees your gorgeous face. Like whatever's going on with it that's temporary, that does not bother him. He like knows what your face looks like, Yeah. So yeah. Well, that was sweet of him.
Yeah.
Snaps for
really,
Adam.
and I told him this morning, or just a little bit ago before we started filming, I was like, just so you know, like, this is gonna be, I'm just gonna need to like lean on you like heavily during this, because it is gonna be really hard for me. I was asking the doctor, so when my face went all crazy the last time when I stopped taking the medication, it took 2 months from when I stopped taking it to when it got really, really bad. So I asked the doctor, and 2 months is the mark where you kind of will start to see some improvement with the Accutane.
So you're thinking maybe you can
2 months.
It's because you'll be off for a month, right?
2 months. Like, okay, so I'll be off. I'm only gonna stop taking it. I'm gonna take it until I possibly
until you can. Yeah.
Exactly. So the doctor's like, once we start the Accutane, you have to stop taking the spironolactone. Which, if you're listening right now and you have hormonal acne, look into spironolactone if you haven't before, because it has very much kept my face at bay. But so I asked him, I'm like, do you think maybe we'll hit this like sweet spot where, the spironolactone will be, if I stop taking this, and then there's 2 months until the spironolactone purging happens, but then the first 2 months are when the Accutane purging happens. Maybe I'll hit the sweet spot where I don't, like where it's not so bad. And he was like, wishful thinking. Like, I would love for that to happen to you, but I can't guarantee. Like, that's, he's like, everyone's different.
Yeah.
We don't know what your skin's going to do until we do it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, honestly, all you need to think about is that it's temporary, whatever you're going to be going through. So don't stress too much.
Yeah, I'm like, I can do I did 15 years of this. I can do 6 months of some fucking uncomfortable, whatever symptoms. And then I'll be fucking done with it, hopefully forever. So
I'm putting that energy into the universe for you. I want this for you.
Friend.
I know I just know that would just be like a huge weight off of like your insecurity, that's like your only insecurity, I would argue. Like, you were like
my biggest.
Yeah.
It's my biggest.
Because you were so confident, in so many different ways. And so it's hard for me to even be like, that, what?
Yeah. I was telling my sister the other day, I was like, it's really fucking embarrassing, especially when my face is like having like a bad flare up, when I'm in a room, in a restaurant, in a store, whatever, and there's only 2 people in the room with fucking acne on their face, and it's me and a fucking 13-year-old boy or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like really those moments where I'm like, God fucking damn it. Why did this happen to me?
Yeah.
But yes,
I feel that.
I'm excited to freaking get it over with and do it. And I love and appreciate you for your support.
Because it will work. It just might take more than one round, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
the consensus is that it is like a cure all. And like some people do see some breakouts after, and then they just like, so if I did my 6 months and then my face is perfect after, sometimes a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, it comes back for some people.
Okay.
Not for everyone.
So you might have to do another round at that point.
So exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
So hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, I mean, if I can have the next like few years of my life, like with freaking like some whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. If I do it once, I can do it again. So
yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I want that for you, and just know it would make you happy. But even if it didn't happen, you know, friends forever, love your face, think you're gorgeous, 10 out of 10.
Thank you. I love you so much.
Would pay for pictures of your vagina.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say face, but
and that, well, obviously.
Well, yeah. Thank you for your unwavering support of me. I love you so much.
I love you. Anything else new? Yo, wait. I have a question. We should ask the men this because I know you don't. But there was like, I was watching like this TikTok clip, and it was a group of guys. It was like 4 guys in a group, and they're like, "Do you stand up when you wipe?" And 2 of them said yes, which is bizarre to me. It is absolutely
stand up.
Why would you close your cheeks and stand up? And they said like, "Oh, why would you reach underneath like that?" And like nobody's going unless you're like a woman doing the whatever. Like you go from the back.
But
what do you mean? Standing up? I don't want to see what their underwear looks like. I don't want to see what their underwear looks like. I feel like it's going to be skid mark city because you're just smearing it up your crack at that point, no?
I have no idea what the logic is in standing up to wipe.
Yeah.
Like
some people do. And then there was another one they were talking about do you crumple your toilet paper or do you fold it?
Or fold it?
Fold it.
I feel like I crumple it when I'm in a rush, but I will fold it if I'm not in a rush.
No, I'll do a messy fold. I'll do a
yeah. I guess you're right. Because how do you know it's not gonna? How do you know your fingers aren't gonna like?
The odds are too high of some slippage. you know.
This reminds me of, we have a friend that has a bidet at her house, and I had never used one before that. I've been around them, but I've never actually used one. And I used it. I use it every time I go over there.
Feels like assault at
it
first.
Feels weird.
And
it feels very weird.
But it's kind of like, I'm fucking clean as fuck right
now. Your butthole is like, dude, you don't have to worry about like anything.
Bidets
and
are
those people, dude, yeah.
I
was just gonna say, those people who stand up definitely could use a fucking bidet.
Oh my!
No more standing.
Stop! Don't stand up when you wipe. Don't stand.
What did you say? You have one?
I use it as a fucking. It's still in the box, and I use it as a squatty potty.
Oh,
it's just a box.
The box?
It's still inside of the box.
I hate you. Oh my god, you're so funny. That's so funny. I've been wanting to get one of those too, squatty potty.
Yeah. No, I definitely
hear great things.
It's great things.
You have one.
Technically, not really.
Yeah.
But it works.
That's another thing. That's another one of those brands that are, the squatty potty is a brand, but the actual thing is called something else. There's lots of other brands that aren't squatty potty, but that do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I wanted to play something because last week I was like mentally ill. Like I was really having a really fucking hard time last week. Like bad things. It was just a bad fucking week for me. Yeah. And I had been scrolling through TikTok a lot. Like that was how I spent the majority of my days. And last night I was scrolling through different people that I follow, and this comedian that I follow just made this video talking about like, I'm going to be taking a break from, You know, I'm just gonna play the video so everybody can, so you can listen to it and everyone can listen to it because I feel like it's valid and important.
Okay.
Hi. This is gonna be the last video that I post for a while. Taking a break. So I thought I would share some wisdom to anybody that wants to be a creator. I've got 3 pieces of advice. 1, these platforms don't care about you, so be prepared to understand that.
Fact.
They don't care about you. The content that you create, the content that you consume, it's just there to make them money, and that's all they care about. 2, be careful who you work with. Just be careful who you work with. People will tell you that they believe in you. People will tell you that they want to see you succeed.
This guy has a check mark and everything.
But they just want from you.
Millions of followers.
Want to take from you.
It's making me, I feel so bad for him.
So be careful who you work with.
But we've experienced, like, I just feel for him because I know what it feels like, bro.
Yeah.
And lastly,
this is the part. This is the part that was the most important to me.
Take care of your mental health, okay? I would argue that your mental health needs more care than your physical health. There's no way in hell that we are designed to swipe our finger and laugh at a video, and then swipe our finger and watch someone's journey of dying from terminal cancer and spending their last few moments on Earth, and then cry with them, and then swipe our finger, and then feel all fuzzy inside because of a cat video that we see, and then swipe our finger and then laugh at something, and then swipe our finger and then cry. There's no way anybody in this entire world could convince me that this is like something that's normal and something that like is not going to affect us. So take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. Talk to somebody. Go touch some grass. Read a book.
Bro.
Holy shit, dude.
That is, and
because
go ahead.
I was just gonna say we talk about the I feel like we talk about the news intake, bad news intake. We hear about all these horrible things happening in the world, but we don't talk about that specifically, how our moods can just go like this just from scrolling.
Bro, and I'm telling you,
God.
Like last week, I could not regulate my emotions for shit. And I had spent so much time on that fucking app last week, just scrolling through things, like coming up with my own ideas for content, this and that. Like, and I just realized how detrimental it was to my fucking mental health. And seeing that video last night, like I was also kind of on shrooms at the time. But I like just kind of like put 2 and 2 together. I was like, oh my God. Like, it was so bad. Like there was a point where Rajul, like I was just isolating myself from him. Like I wasn't talking. I was in the living room on my phone scrolling through TikTok, and he came out and like checked on me, and like I was like, can you just like come lay on top of me for a second, like just so I can have like some pressure on my body? And I started crying.
Yeah.
Like why?
Oh.
It was bad, bro. And it's just, that was such a valid point that like humans are not supposed to be experiencing this much trauma information. It's just trauma dumps, but
also tossing in the
and then
funny stuff,
and then the happy,
the heartwarming
just
stuff.
So you just bounce right off. So you go from feeling fucking so like and I've experienced that. I remember feeling fucking sad and crying at videos and scrolling up, and the next thing I have tears in my eyes, but I'm laughing at the next video.
Yeah. Holy shit. I have never, ever, ever thought about it from that perspective. That is crazy.
It is so crazy to think about what we are doing to our brains with specifically TikTok, because I have never experienced anything like that on any other app. Obviously,
I completely agree.
Because with Instagram, it's just not the same. Most of the pages I follow are all fun, happy, whatever pages.
And it's also people that you know.
And it's people like, that I followed, you know? It's not like there's nothing surprising there. It's not a For You page. Right. So it's just like that For You page is something different, bro.
Holy there is going to be so many fucking like
mental health problems and studies that come out about them.
Studies is what I was going to say. And yes, mental health problems. Yes. There's going to be so many studies that come out about TikTok, dude. That you're so right. It's completely different from any other app. On YouTube, you're watching something longer. So while maybe your mood is
And the
changing,
videos,
it's changing every 15, 20, 30 minutes.
but the videos that are recommended are all on par and make sense to what you were watching before.
You're right.
Also.
You're right.
For You page, they've done something so fucking different with the For You page that they really try to figure out all aspects of your personality. YouTube, they keep it simple. They're like, you watched a scary video, here's more scary videos. Enjoy. TikTok is like, you watch this scary video and it had a woman that was 5 feet tall in it. So here's another video with a woman who's 5 feet tall doing something different, but it's fun this time. Oh, and then in that one, it was a lot of red. So here's a red video. Like, it's so fucking,
this is fucking crazy.
Everything. It is so scary. It is so fucking scary, bro.
Literally, I'm so glad that you shared that, because that was life altering information. Like, holy fucking shit. I have never, ever looked at it like that.
Like, you need to be careful and very consciously think about how you're consuming things. Like today, I've been doing this new thing where on my streams, I'll scroll through TikTok and we'll watch TikToks together because I figured out how to connect my phone to the computer screen and we can watch them together. And I quite literally, the first time we did it, I cried from a video and then scrolled on, and the next thing it was a cooking video, just fucking making some fucking sushi. Like,
did the person show their face?
No.
Okay, good.
No, they fucking
didn't. I know you don't like that.
I do not like conventionally attractive people showing their face while they cook. That fucking annoys me. Don't do it.
But oh my god, dude! Wow. That is just crazy. Yeah, I think it's great to knowing that makes me want to limit my time on there.
Bury that. Like, even before seeing that video, I remember just feeling like I don't want to get sucked into this today. I have things I want to do today, and I just don't want to get sucked into this today. So I just haven't been doing it. Mm-hmm. And after seeing that, I'm like, valid. I'm valid. I feel validated. Like, yes. I made a good decision. I need to spend less time on that app, you know? And it's tough because I still want to create. And I feel like that is the only place to grow right now as the type of creator that I am. You know, like I have my YouTube following. Nobody's recommending my videos because my account's been around for X amount of years and I've been making weed videos that whole time. So I feel like y'all can call me crazy, but I really truly feel like YouTube has like people who are put on a list that are not allowed to get recommended anymore. And I am wholeheartedly on that list.
Completely. I agree. It's a vendetta.
Like, they let me exist, so great. Thank you. But like, it's just, I started in a totally different realm. Like, I remember getting 30,000 subscribers in one weekend with you, Joya.
One weekend.
In one weekend. We got 30,000 subscribers in one weekend. Like, it was just a different, like, our content was different at the time, A, but B, you aren't allowed to make that kind of shit anymore. Like, we would get flagged as age restricted immediately. Those were shown to everyone. So it was different. Half of our audience was high schoolers. So it's like the 18 restriction was not the tea at the time.
Yeah, imagine if there was an age restriction.
We would never have a career.
We
would never have a career. We would not have at least not the one that we do now, because we had a very, very young audience at the time. Like,
we did.
The number one thing that I get from people on TikTok is, "Oh my god, I used to follow you.
I used to watch you
when I was in school, when I was in college." Like, just everyone was young when they were watching us, and I was like, "Y'all cool,
dude." I know, and all the people are like, "Oh, me and my friend used to smoke before school and watch you." I'm like, "Don't fucking tell me that. I don't want to know that." But thank you for your support.
Yeah, bro, it's so funny. So funny.
Should we take another rip?
Yes, I think we should. But just to put a button on it, guys, be fucking careful with TikTok.
Yes.
Be careful with...
Thank you so much for making me aware of that. Seriously.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And everyone listening.
For sure.
Because
like that, just the point he made last night, like, I was just like,
especially when you were already feeling like, oh my god, I'm emotionally all over the place. Like,
I literally
don't know what's happening.
I can't even describe to you how unhinged I felt last week. Like, I felt so just horrendous. Like, it was so weird. Like, I can't even describe it. And yesterday, like, when I went out, I literally sat outside with Sydney for like 3 hours just at the beach. And it was like, therapy.
Amazing.
Fucking therapy.
I
So
love that so much
when he
for
said
you.
go touch some grass, that hit. I was like, bro, yo.
Dude, and I think that literally, well, getting outside,
It's so good for you.
we
Humans
are
love
appealing
outside.
to, appealing to like our natural, I mean, that's where we used to live, like millions, thousands, whatever years ago, are like our bodies, human Homo sapien bodies, were living outside.
Yeah.
Like we were in nature for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And I feel like we're appealing to a very like primitive, like core part of our beings by being outside and taking in freaking sunlight and feeling the fucking ground. Like,
I'm gonna ask you a question right after this hit because I think you were the
Okay.
one who told me. But are you
Okay.
ready?
yeah, hang on. No, I'm not ready. I just turned it on.
Okay.
So-
But I'm pretty sure you told me.
Wait.
Okay.
No.
Cheers.
Stop. Just beep. Cheers. Where the fuck's my fucking wax? I think that I have a theory that Adam was hitting it. You know how like when you hit it super hard, it sucks all the wax out?
Yeah. LOL.
Um,
But question.
Anyway, go ahead.
question.
Yeah, tell
So
me,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it was you who told me that like there was a genocide or some kind of like really crazy war, in like an African country somewhere, and Europeans came in to try to
Rwanda.
tell that story about.
Wait.
Is it you who talked
Oh,
about?
No, I'm.
Was it okay? So then a bunch of like psychologists and psychiatrists and shit came to try to help with all the trauma that.
Yes,
This
that
is-
was me that told you that.
Yes. Okay. So tell
Okay.
them.
Okay. So I don't remember necessarily the genocide detail. I wouldn't be surprised.
But it was a civil war?
A couple, few. Yes,
Okay.
something of that sort. And so yes, these European psychologists came into these communities to try to help the people recover from all
the
of this,
trauma.
like the violence and the exactly. So I mean, obviously these people have seen some fucking horrible shit. So these doctors were like, let's go there, let's help them. And they're quote, trying to do the right thing or whatever.
Mhm.
But they get over there and they're speaking to these people, and the communities that they're helping, the people in these communities are like, their therapies don't involve going outside. They don't involve sunlight. They don't involve music. They don't involve gathering as a community. Because obviously our and I think it's called cognitive behavioral therapy. That's like the technical term for sitting in a chair, talking to a person across from you or on fucking telehealth or whatever, but speaking directly to one person about your problems, which can be really therapeutic for lots of people, talking about it. But the people who, have been living their lives a certain way for thousands of years, their ancestors, their communities, they're like, they know that being outside, getting sunlight, being active. That was another thing. Dancing,
Moving, just
moving
doing
your
something-
body,
Yeah,
listening to music. They know that those things help them, have helped. That's how they were taught to help themselves out of a rut, whatever you want to call it. So
they said that's
were
how they
like,
grieved sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
like it wasn't just
totally.
sitting in a room talking to a person with no one around you, no stimulation, nothing like
A stranger,
that.
a person who you have
stranger.
no personal, familial relationship with, any friendship with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, because there's so many things that we can do, and therapy is fucking amazing.
Yes.
We're not saying therapy
Go to
doesn't
therapy,
work.
stay in therapy.
Yes.
Like if you're in
But
therapy, stay in
also,
it.
yeah, of course. And I've been saying I was gonna go get a freaking therapist. I found one lady that I didn't really like, and I just never went back again. So I am very much actively looking to find somebody.
Yeah.
But
Same.
we also, there are things that our literal ancestors did like for thousands of years, and that is get outside, get some freaking sunlight, move your body, listen to some music,
Reach
like,
out to your friends, have some community.
yes,
you know, like literally be
yes.
around other people.
Yes.
Like it's
So yeah,
free.
those are so important.
And they're
Therapy is a wonderful evolutionary thing that we've been able to have, and we're lucky to have something like that
Absolutely.
because we're born at this stage in human history. But there are things that worked for thousands of years
I wish
before that.
there was more of a marriage between the two. I
Yeah,
just wish that modern
absolutely.
therapy was more. I mean, and maybe some therapists are. I'm sure there are some therapists who are, but
Yeah,
I feel like
probably are,
instead
yeah.
of jumping to a medication, like we should look at like what is your diet? What are you doing here? What are you doing there? Like why are we doing this? Like,
You know what? Let me share something kind of personal, actually. That just reminded me of something. One of my nieces, she's 12 years old. She has severe anxiety.
Mhm.
She's had it since she was a kid. I had
Mhm.
never seen a child with anxiety before, and it broke my heart. She was like
Oh.
8 years old, having like an anxiety attack and she couldn't explain why she felt like that. She just did. It was so sad. So she's dealt with this for a long time. She has a fucking deadbeat dad that just sucks. My
Mhm.
ex-brother-in-law. I hate him. And if you're ever listening to this, I fucking hate you. I won't say his name, but I fucking hate him. So, basically, my sister, one of her friends' moms, contacted my sister recently and was like, you know, her friend is saying that she's having a really hard time. She thinks she's depressed. And so my sister's like, wants to get my niece in therapy, and my niece wants to go to therapy.
Mhm.
But get this, in order for her to be able to go to therapy, my sister has to get her ex-husband's approval. He won't approve it. It's
Why?
been years. She's tried. I don't know. He's horrible. He's the worst human being to ever exist. Don't know why he won't approve it, but he won't. I think probably because he doesn't want them to tell a therapist how horrible he is and all the horrible things. But he won't approve that. But get this. My sister, something she can do without his approval is get her on medication. And it's like fucking insane because it's like she's 12 years old. Like, who in their right mind would say it's okay for only one parent to, I mean, it's I understand it's like, it can be an immediate medical decision. So she would need to have authority if something, God forbid, anything really bad happened. She would need to have the authority to say, yes, you can give her that medication, or yes, you can do whatever. But I was like flabbergasted by that.
That is
because I was like,
crazy.
oh my God, why is it so much easier for you to be able to give a kid
Just
a
drug
pill
your child than get them any kind of
than
like
to just have her
cognitive
go
help.
talk? Yes, like just to go talk to
What?
somebody. Like, how fucking crazy is that? That just broke.
Because
my freaking heart.
anti-anxiety medication is no fucking joke.
And I think they're also talking about like, what's the other one? I'm blanking. Depression medication. What the fuck? There's like a medic. It's not anti-anxiety. It's like antidepressants.
Like Zoloft?
It's like, yes, that's antidepressant.
Mm-hmm.
So those, yeah, that's not like an anti-anxiety medication works immediately. You'll feel it within like 15 minutes. Antidepressants take like weeks to really start working.
Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like medication is great for some people, and I think it is fantastic, and it saves lives all the fucking time. Modern medicine is a gorgeous, gorgeous thing. I just hate that is where we push things, because I remember being a teenager.
Immediately, the first thing.
I was a teenager, and I had like some behavioral issues, and so my parents made me see a therapist, and then that therapist sent me to a psychiatrist, and that psychiatrist gave me medications for depression. And I was just put on depression medication, and I fucking hated it. I fucking hated being on the medication, and I feel like there were so many different things that could have been done before that, or like just different advice, or like just I also don't think I was talking to the right person. I was not being open with this person, because I didn't know her, didn't like her. Like, I was just like, my parents are making me go to this, so it was just like,
my mom made me go to therapy when I was like 12 is when I had to go. And for the first couple sessions, I was like, bitch, I don't fucking trust you.
Yeah.
And eventually she built the trust with me, and it completely changed the trajectory of my life. I feel like my relationship with my mom was a complete 180.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, but I mean, it's like
it's really hard as a child to build a bond with an adult. Like I had
you don't freaking know.
Yeah, I had a male therapist and a female therapist. I didn't like either of them. One of them diagnosed me with ADHD and got me on medication for ADHD, and I don't think that was a super harmful thing at the time. I think that was probably pretty good for me to find out, and now I know that I have that as an adult, so it's like good to know.
Yeah.
But then I didn't like him. Like I was not open with him. He was just like this elderly guy that my parents went to for like marriage counseling. So I was like, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah.
So
it's hard.
Yeah.
My mom took me to the same place that she went with my older siblings too. And it was an old guy, but thankfully he had like, I don't know if it was his daughter that was like taking over the practice. So she was like my mom's age and reminded me a lot of my mom. And so eventually she was able to build trust with me.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's it's just so sad that we immediately go to medication for these problems.
Literally.
Like, yes. And like you said, good to know that you have ADHD. Good to know that. That's wonderful to know. But now as an adult where you're at now, you aren't going immediately to medication. You're like, no, I know that there's other things that I can do to help me with this. Green tea lemonade.
Green tea lemonade, baby. This is my Adderall now. I haven't taken Adderall in
love that
years.
For you.
Green tea.
You stopped taking Adderall like relatively early in our friendship, I feel like.
Yeah. I used to sell it. Like I would just, because I paid like $3.
I mean,
I bought my prescription up until I was like 25. Because at 26, I fell off my parents' insurance, and so my insurance was not paying for
wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I was like, not worth it.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely used to, if we knew that there was like a really gnarly episode of Two Girls, One Bong.
She would take it
out. Film that day. I would take it.
She'd be like, I just need like a little piece so I can get through 3 videos.
Exactly. Of getting high as fuck. Like, anyway. Wow. I feel like I hope that everybody listening or watching has taken as much from this episode as I have.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I really, this has been amazing.
It's
Will
good
you
to
send me the TikTok?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. And you can go look at his TikTok. He's funny. He makes fun of like the Gen Z trends. Like he's a really funny creator on there. So I was like really surprised to see this because at first I thought it was a satire. I was like, where's the joke? Where's the punchline? And then I was like, oh my God. Whoa.
There isn't one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the punchline is we're all being programmed.
We're being emotionally abused by an app.
Oh my fucking God. What were you going to say?
We're going to have to cut it a little short today, guys.
Oh, because you got to go.
Yeah, I have a nail appointment at 12:30. So thank you for tuning in. We love you guys so much. And we will see you
do.
next week.